Welcome back. I'm John Hartness with Barbizon, and we are once again here at LDI 2010. Joining me for this session on cool new stuff is Lowell Olcott from ETC. And the phrase that everybody hears for everything over the past several years is, there's an app for that. So now, when you want to pick cool colors on your LED systems, or address your cool LED fixtures, or figure out how much power you're using so that you can say, my lights are better than yours, there's an app for that. And it's the new Selador Toolkit app from ETC. So Lowell, why don't you tell us about it?
Sure, well, it's exactly what you were talking about. It's for the iPhone, the iPad, and the iTouch, and it is basically a couple of different toolkits we decided would help people out in the field. The first one is a color picker, which lets you select...
No. It's not just a color picker.
It is the super useful color picker.
There we go.
That was Novella's name for that. So we can come in here and let's get it to play nice. Select, we're going to work with a Vivid today, and we're going to say, okay, we want to pull up Roscoe 80. It's going to give us Roscoe and the 7 colors to make it. So if you don't have a color picker that supports X7, you can get the data right there. Convert between DMX or percentage value.
So if you haven't yet bought an Element Ion EOS console and you don't have a color picker...
And Smart Fade now. Smart Fade now supports Cellador.
Ah, Smart Fade now supports it as well.
We can scroll through all the different colors and just sort of see exactly where we want to be. So that's the color picker.
I can see how that would be super useful.
It is very super useful.
Now, once you do buy your cool ETC lighting console from your friends at www.barbizon.com, that might be the part of the app that you use the least. So let's go on to other cool
So the next one is the Photometric Calculator, and this is just some examples of some common situations we found ourselves in for distance and throw, and lets you go to sort of go through and calculate how far am I going to get, how many, what's the candela, the lumens. This is already on our website in an Excel spreadsheet, but we just kind of adapted it for the iPad.
Lowell, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, there actually used to be a really cool program, and I don't remember what it was called. Tobin, do you remember? You would plug in all of those same things on a Mac back when the Mac.
When they were a little bigger.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
It would give, and you put in your your floor distance and your trim height, and it would tell you what your foot candles were.
Well, that's exactly what we're going for, just something to give you a rough estimate of how bright it's going to be, what you're going to need.
Cool.
So moving down, the next one is the addressing tool. This is just going to allow you to say how many cells you have, where you want to start in either ACN or EDMX, how much you want to offset for, and it'll just do it all for you. So we'll just say we'll put in 5 cells, and we'll start at address 51. And we'll run it, and it's just going to tell us how we'll do offset, so you don't have to do the math in your head.
That's pretty excellent.
And then you'll clear that out and run it again.
So you know what would be really cool? Is if we had an RDM-compatible iPad app, so that when you used your really super useful Cellador addressing tool, your iPad would spew the information to all of the fixtures in your rig. That's why the Cellador addressing tool is just useful and it's not super useful. Not to mention the fact that super useful wouldn't fit on the button. That's
pretty much it. Well, we'll take that back to the mothership. We'll see what we can do. So then the last one is the power consumption calculator. And this is just going to allow you to select how many different fixture cells you have in your rig. Do it from right angle. There we go. And add in, it's going to tell you the max amps, max watts, and our recommended circuits.
So let's say I've got 7 Vivid Rs, and I want 10 Palettas.
So you'll need 2 15 amp circuits or 1 20 amp circuit.
So 17 fixtures times 7 colors is a whole bunch, because I grew up in NASCAR country and we count as 1, 2, Earnhardt. So 17 fixtures on 120 amp circuit, and the power consumption calculator tells you all of that, plus includes all the data sheets and manuals for all the Cellador products.
Yep.
That, I think, would definitely qualify as super useful.
Well, we hope so.
Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely, John, anytime.
All right.